What's up, chat? Welcome back to the channel. You feel me? Got another podcast for the day. You feel me? It's Super Bowl week. It is Super Bowl week, so it's only right for us to talk about it. You feel me? We got the Patriots and the Seahawks this weekend. I want to know y'all thoughts in the comments. Let me know. Drop them down in the comments, and I will look at them after the video. You feel me? But it's a rematch. It is a rematch that we didn't know that we needed. Didn't think I didn't think both of these teams would be in the Super Bowl. These was not my guesses, but it just happened. And with me on this podcast, I got my boy Sid, my day one. You feel me? Let him introduce himself.
What's up, chat? It's your boy Sid, man. You know what I'm saying? The GOAT. You mean I'm back? You know what I'm saying? Be on many more podcasts to come, but I'll be the funny part of the podcast.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel sorry for y'all seeing his face. You know what I'm saying? I can't show my face yet, but you know what I'm saying? You'll just have to see his face until the GOAT come on. Probably in person sometime soon, but you know what I'm saying? That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go to college, play ball, had to stop by and do one of my boy podcasts and shit. So, yeah.
I bet, chat. So, you feel me? That's my boy. That's my guy. You feel me? So, hey, but let's be keeping honest, because I didn't expect this here, but did you expect these two to be in the Super Bowl, bro?
No. I thought you know what I'm saying? We live in Houston, so we thought that Texas was going to get there, but they're sorry, so, you know what I'm saying?
You just got to, what you just did?
Nobody thought that Drake May was going to, be the best in the league, but then when you have, two liability corners on the outside.
Watch it. Don't you do that. Stingley, it had nothing to do with the defense. Had nothing to do with the defense. The real liability was on offense.
You know what I'm saying? We're not even going to, I'm going to get at, you know what I'm saying? He's in a whole different category. Him and Kamari Lassiter, you know what I'm saying? CJ's probably conversation, but you know what I'm saying?
And then on the Seahawks side, nobody thought that Sam Darnold was going to go over there and, mess stuff up like that. Have, a top 5 defense, top 5 offense. They got Jackson Smith and Jigba over there.
Yeah.
Dog.
That boy, 1 of 1. 1 of 1 on the back. 1 of 1.
I came up with that name. He stole it.
That's cap on God. That's cap. I said that shit first. 1 of 1 on the back. It makes sense. His number is 11. 1 of 1.
I'm gonna let him have it because he's a Texans fan, and I'm not gonna stuff at this point.
Give it up.
Number 7 couldn't get the job done, and that's terrible. Just getting back to the Texans.
Bro, this is about the Super Bowl. Let's stay focused. We're not there. I get it. Okay, we wanted the Texans to be there. They couldn't get the job done. I expected them to be here in this position. A lot of people in Houston expected this. A lot of people in America expected Houston to get it done because they had number 1 defense. Fell short because the offense just couldn't get it done.
The Seahawks have the number 1.
Seahawks don't have the number 1 defense. They don't have the number 1 defense. The only reason why people say they have the number 1 defense, for sure.
Tariq. Me and Tariq Woolen is getting them hoes. Because what are we doing, bro? What are you bumping your gums for? And then the fact that they went to you the next play you got scored on, we would have had to get them hoes.
He should have kept his mouth shut. I don't know why he went over there and got to chirping on 4th and I forgot what it was, and then gets blurred the next play. Let's lock in, Tariq. Let's lock in. But we all
on the Seahawks secondary. Not to cut you off or nothing, but also on the Seahawks secondary. Number 3.
Even Ward, nobody thought. A 2nd-round pick out of South Carolina. Coming to that defense, he can stop the run.
Yep.
Cover your best receiver, blitz. Mind you, he's 6'4". That's a safety.
I thought he was 6'5".
That's 6'5", 6'4", 6'5". He's too big to be playing.
He's too damn big to be playing like that. Yeah, I feel you. I understand that part. But that boy is a dog. That Emory is a dog.
And then, the best part of the Seahawks, DeMarcus Lawrence, number 0, right? He was previously on the Cowboys. And, people were making fun of him for saying that he won't win a Super Bowl in Dallas, which, he's not wrong. The Cowboys will never touch the Super Bowl premises unless they have an away game there. But they will never glance at a Super Bowl trophy as long as Jerry Jones is the owner of the team. And I'm just being completely honest.
That's true.
who, like, if I was to go to the league, yes, I would be happy if I was to get drafted by the Cowboys because it's a dream that you want to live out and stuff like that. But also, like, why would you? Like, you see how he treats his players. You just let a top 5 defensive end. You just traded him because you didn't want to pay him, even though he deserved the money. I don't get that.
Yeah, Jerry Jones is going to be the death of the Cowboys. 100%. The death. They dying right now. They struggling. But let me ask you though, does this Super Bowl feel like a big Super Bowl? Like, oh my God, I can't wait for the Super Bowl to watch it. Like, this gonna be a big matchup, or this feel like, oh, okay, this another Super Bowl, and it's gonna be cool, whatever. But it's not really like what I think it'll be.
I'm gonna put it like this. Well, first, you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna say it's like a sport everybody ready to watch, but in a sense, it's like these teams have played in the Super Bowl before, and it's like everybody. If you see that one though, that was a crazy Super Bowl because what are we doing throwing the ball at the 1 yard line?
What are we doing throwing the ball at the 1 yard line with Marshawn Lynch in the backfield?
Mind you, the Seahawks had the Legion of Boom. That's arguably a top 5 all-time defense with, you know, Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor, all those great DBs. But then on the other side, they had the arguable GOAT, Tom Brady, and that Patriots squad that used to win. But, you know, that was a great game. The Seahawks really didn't lose. They lost to themselves, if anything, because what are we doing? Not at least like QB sneaking, running a fullback job or something. We're on the 1 yard line. What are we doing?
I got no clue. We should have definitely went with the big brawly motherfucker in the background. We should have went with 2-4, with gold teeth in his mouth, man. I don't know what we doing. We should have went with Marshall. I'm not a Seahawks fan. They should have went with number 24 in the backfield.
I think I hope this is a good game because it's like Patriots aspect. If you're a Patriots fan, y'all had y'all 20-year Tom Brady and Bill Belichick and all that. And then, you know what I'm saying? Then Tom Brady goes to Tampa Bay. Y'all, Bill Belichick steps down, so stops coaching. So y'all go through them dumpster fire years from like 2021, 2022, 2023. And then 2024 comes, y'all draft Drake May. And nobody thought Drake was going to come out here and, you know what I'm saying, pop it like he did.
Facts. Nobody suspected that. Honestly, I did not think that the New England Patriots would be at this position this quick. It was only 5 years of them being like, because you could say trash. And then now, here they are, popping on the scene, going crazy. And mind you, they didn't really do too many crazy moves last offseason. Now, they did get Stephon Diggs from us, Houston Texans, and a few other pieces, Will Campbell. But I'm going to keep it really honest with you. Will Campbell, he's looking real, but he's getting bullied out there. And that's where I feel like they're the weakest right now with Will Campbell. And I know the Seahawks are going to abuse that boy. Will Campbell gonna have to dig deep if he's gonna want to protect Drake May, because that pass rush, they turn the ball over a lot, and he's one of the reasons. Will Campbell's one of the reasons why. And then you got the Seahawks, who they produce. That defense produces. They produce stops, they produce turnovers, they produce. So I'm already knowing that in the Super Bowl there will likely be a couple turnovers by the Patriots, which is why I feel as though, I'm going to be completely honest with y'all, I feel like it's going to be a blowout. I do feel like we're going to see a blowout from the Patriots and Seahawks. I genuinely feel as though our Super Bowl already happened. The Super Bowl that you're going to want to watch and go back and be like, oh my God, this is a great game to watch, will already happen. It was the NFC Championship. That was the Super Bowl. Watching that game, I remember us watching the game all in the party chat. We all were watching that game and we're like, oh my God, like they were going back and forth. I mean, Cooper Kupp, he was going crazy. JSN going crazy. Kenneth Walker was going crazy. Sam Darnold was not getting the love he deserves because he was balling out. And they had a few other players doing their thing. And then you on the defense side, you see Imawari and Woolen, who had his moment, but he was also playing well for the most part. You had Witherspoon, of course. and obviously DeMarcus Lawrence. So you have all these good players in place for them to do well, and it was just a back and forth because you had Matthew Stafford dealing with Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua, and they were just going back and forth. They were playing great football. That is what the Super Bowl. If you want to see a Super Bowl, that is the Super Bowl you should want to watch, because I feel like this Super Bowl it's going to be a blowout only because NFC side is really tough right now, and I feel like the AFC side is too weak to hang with the NFC side right now, because let's be honest, we would not be seeing the Patriots in the Super Bowl right now if it didn't snow in Denver. If it didn't snow in Denver, we would be seeing Denver versus the Seahawks, and we would not be seeing the Patriots. So they got bailed out because of weather game. Now, don't get me wrong, what's done is what's done, but I feel as though they struggled to score on Denver's defense. What do you think is going to happen when they go against the Seahawks defense? How you feel about that?
I think bounce off what you said about the weather. I also think if the Broncos have Bo Nix, I think Sean Payton calls a different game.
For sure. For sure.
He had a backup, and they only beat them by 10. We only beat them by 3 points, excuse me.
Right. And they got those 3 points right before it truly started to snow down. So, for sure.
And I also think if Sean Payton takes that field goal,
they don't go on that 4th down, and they take that field goal right before it started snowing, totally different ball game. Then it would have been a scrap. It would have been a dog fight. But you didn't take the field goal. Patriots go get their field goal. Then it starts snowing down, and then obviously it's hard to score. And then you just basically hand the Super Bowl to them. At that point, it's like, I understand you want to be aggressive. It is the AFC Championship. We are going to the Super Bowl. Okay, I understand the aggressiveness, but sometimes there's too much aggression. Way too much aggression. I feel like that's how it was in that moment. Like, you were already up 7-0. You take that 3, you're up 10-0. Now, yes, they go down and score, right? But then that helps your defense out, because it's like, okay, we're still up. When they went and scored after they got that stop on 4th down, then it's 7-7. Then it's tied. Then the defense is not really playing with, like, oh, we're winning right now, so I can really just do my thing. It's more of I have to protect so that they don't score anything. I can't even get past the 50, so they don't score field goal, nothing. And then you have to speed the game up a little bit, so you got to take that 3, and then you got to play situational. You have to understand, like, okay, this is Denver, Colorado. At some point, it's going to snow. It's going to snow. You feel me? So you should understand, hey, it's wintertime. You should know it's going to snow at some point. You should know, hey, I need to take how many points I can get in this moment in time right now, so that when it starts snowing, then it's like, okay, I understand. It's gonna be hard to score, and I have a backup. I have a backup in the snow. Worst weather conditions with a backup. What am I gonna do? I'm not gonna be able to do much. So use those hot flashes that y'all had at the beginning to work up y'all points up. Take your 3, and then once it starts snowing, you can, change the game plan around. But I will say, yes, if Bo Nix is still in the game plan is a little bit different, as well as weather. But those are things we couldn't control. Those are things they couldn't control, and that's what they had to deal with. But let me ask you this, Cedric: Who do you most trust? At quarterback right now? Which quarterback do you trust more, Sam Darnold or Drake May?
Sam Darnold.
You trust Sam Darnold more? Why do you feel like that?
Yes, because in the both playoff games that the Seahawks won, he didn't turn the ball over. And when it comes to the playoffs and big games in general, can't turn the ball over. And if you look at the Patriots and Drake May turns the ball over. And with the Seahawks, just like in the Rams game, Matthew Stafford didn't have any turnovers, but that drop punt, a costly mistake. Seattle capitalized off of it, and they scored literally the next play.
Yep.
And they went up.
Yep.
And I also think if Tariq Woolen doesn't get that stupid call, the Rams don't score.
That's true. But that's a discipline factor. Hopefully they corrected that after the game, or not, maybe not after the game, because they were excited going to the Super Bowl, but maybe like right after that play happened, after he got blurred, hopefully on the sideline they corrected it. And I hope as well, coming to practice for this week, going into the Super Bowl, they correct that and they speak on that a little bit, because you have those moments in the Super Bowl. Those type of moments lose you those games. Now, they luckily were able to survive that, because it was a dogfight between the Rams and the Seahawks. They survived out, so you can look back below. Okay, it's a messed up play, but we were able to move on from it. But now you can't do that in the Super Bowl. I understand that it does kind of look lopsided right now with the Patriots and the Seahawks, but I do feel as though you still can't have those plays in the Super Bowl. You never know what happens in the Super Bowl. Crazier things have happened in the Super Bowl, so you have to make sure that you stay disciplined. Every single play matters. Every single play counts. You cannot have those moments. So let's see. Who's more under pressure to win the Super Bowl? Who do you feel has more pressure on them? Do you feel like this is like Seahawks, you have to win this game, and if they somehow lose this game, it's like, what is going on? Or is this like a prove it game for the Patriots? Like, okay, we're real. We're here.
I think a quarterback is under more pressure. I'll probably say Sam Darnold, because of the team that he has and what they've been doing the past 2 games, and how they dominated the 49ers and how they beat a good Rams team.
Right.
And he has to, keep it rolling, because you have that great defense. You have those weapons on the outside. You have that O-line. You have that weapon in the backfield. It's like you have all the talent around you, so you can't lose.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fair. I do understand your viewpoint on that, because you do have a bunch of weapons around you. You got a great running back, great boatload of receivers, and you got a O-line that's decent enough to give you enough time, and you have a great play caller. You feel me? A Mike McDaniel. So, I feel as though, yeah, this really is for Sam Darnold to be like, okay, I have all the pieces that I need. We know the formula. We've seen the formula. We know it works, because we just went 2 games in a row winning with this formula. Just believe in the formula. Don't change anything up. Just because the title of the game has changed, just because it went from divisional round to then NFC championship round to now Super Bowl, doesn't mean the philosophy in your game plan changes. Keep it the same way. Keep doing you. Keep balling out. No, don't get me wrong. Obviously, you're not going to just repeat everything you did. Obviously, you're going to change a few things up, but stay true to yourself is what I mean. Stay true to what the Seahawks are. Stay true to what the Seahawks bring to the table when it comes to offensive power. And if you just continue to do that, I feel like this is going to definitely be theirs for the grabbing, theirs for the taking. And I don't believe in the New England Patriots defense, because there's nothing truly to believe in over there. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I'm not calling them trash or anything like that. I just don't believe there's anything to believe in on that side of the ball. Like, there's people there, you can go down the list and name people off the Seahawks team, and they proved it all year that you can believe in. I don't believe in the Patriots defense. There's nobody I can really name. Maybe Gonzalez, maybe Christian. But other than that, I'm sorry to say this, Christian Gonzalez 100% will be on JSN this Sunday, and I promise you JSN will give him hell. And whoever is on Cooper Kupp, giving him hell. And whoever is on Bogo or Bojo, how you say his name, hell. Bobo. Giving them hell. And Kenneth Walker giving their D-line and linebackers hell.
Nah, because we're going to see, though, because I think the Seahawks have the number one, I think, or like a top 5 offense, and the Patriots have a top 5 defense. And apparently the Patriots had the best run defense, or a top 3 run defense. So we're gonna see how that.
Feel you. Okay. I just believe in Kenneth Walker. The things that man has done for the game this year, and I've seen, he truly looks like a number 1 back. He truly looks like one of the best backs in the league. I do feel like a lot of his reps got taken away because of Charbonnet, but not saying that I'm happy that Charbonnet is out or anything like that. I hope he recovers. I just feel it. Never wish on any injury on anyone. But with him out, it's been able for the Seahawks to truly let K9 shine. And ever since the injury, right, K9 has been balling out. Now, that's not me saying he wasn't balling out before, but that's just me saying, like, he's truly been able to be in his element. And you can see it. So, and the thing is, I feel like that locker room, they bounce, their energy bounces off one another. Like when JSN is going crazy, it bounces off to Cooper Kupp. It bounces off to K9. It bounces off to that whole team. It bounces off to Sam Darnold. They feel Sam Darnold's bar up. You feel me? So it's like their energy bounces off each other. So where if one person is playing well, the whole team is playing well. It's like there's no decline in anyone. You can't point at one person and be like, okay, they're tripping. They're kind of selling the game right now. They're not really helping their team win. No, every single person on that team, I'm talking about offense and defense, is really, truly, you know, that offense really resonate with one another. That defense really resonate with one another. Now, Woolen, we've talked about it. Don't happen again. But before all of that, Woolen, you play well enough to keep the team going. You play well enough to keep the team going, but it truly seems like the energy bounces off one another, and that's a very great and fun and entertaining and enjoyable, and knowing that okay, we can truly win games with a locker room like that. I got a question for you, Sid.
What's up?
What is one thing that could unexpectedly decide this game? Do you think turnovers, penalties, red zone mistakes, like? How do you feel about it? What do you think is really going to be like, okay, we're going to look back at this game and be like, okay, that really is what the reason why they lost this game? Or, oh, wow, like this really was controlling the game the whole time. Like, do you think it'll be penalties? What do you think it'll be turnovers, red zone mistakes, you know, getting down all the way down to the goal line and then not finishing?
I think the number one thing is turnovers.
Number one thing's turnovers?
Can't turn the ball over.
Mm-hmm.
Both quarterbacks have got to be disciplined and not make stupid mistakes.
Right.
Whether that's turning the ball over on interceptions or fumbling and all that, and the penalty. You can't have holdings. We can't have offsides. You can't have passing. Like we can't have roughing up. You can't have none of that. Penalties and stuff like that. You can't have penalties and you can't turn the ball over. And no special team turnovers either. That's how special teams plays a big factor in games. Like we seen in the Rams and Seahawks.
We seen it with the Rams, so yeah, it definitely plays a big factor because they went and scored off of that. So it definitely plays a big factor on that. And then let me ask you this, okay? Here we are. We're here with where our true thoughts are with this. Now we were able to break it down, but here we are. Let's give me who do you think is gonna win, Cedric? Give me a final score. And then give me who your Super Bowl MVP will be.
I think who I think is gonna win is the Seahawks. I think the score will be 35-21.
Okay.
The Seahawks win by 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
And my Super Bowl MVP. I mean, if Sam Darnold keep playing how you playing, it's a quarterback award. Unless JSN goes out there, puts that same performance on that he did against the Rams, then it'll probably be JSN. But majority of the time, if Sam Darnold doesn't go out there, he plays good, he puts up 3-4 touchdowns, 300-something yards, turnovers, gotta give it to Sam Darnold. And I think Sam Darnold's been the whole Seahawks peak this whole playoff because everybody doubted Sam Darnold.
That is true.
Everybody tried to write him off because he on the Jets, the Panthers, and the 49ers. And then we did get a glimpse of what he could do when he has great talent around him. Like Jay Jettas and Jordan Addison, all those great things in Minnesota. But Minnesota let him walk. And you can see when he has some great pieces and a great offensive mind, like Kubiak, the offensive coordinator, you get him a great mind of somebody that's the right plays for him, this is the result you're going to get. I think if Sam Darnold keeps that same chip on his shoulder that nobody wanted me and just go out there and, outplay Drake May. But, knowing Drake May has, I think, the best completion percentage out of all quarterbacks.
Okay.
He has like a 90% completion percentage. He really doesn't, he really incompletion. So I just think the Seahawks are going to win because I think the defense is going to get after Drake. And I I think if you can get turnovers on the defensive side, because like you said, with Campbell, he does get picked on a lot. Like, you know, when the Patriots played the Texans, them two DNs took turns, and they both had strip sacks off of him. They both got to Drake me and both gave up strip sacks.
They did do that. That is true. That is true. So he does get targeted and does get bullied a lot. So he needs to step it up if he wants to have a sliver of hope of winning this game. He got to step it up this game.
And I think the Patriots, and I also think, like, not knocking none of the Patriots receivers or whatever, but I think the Patriots really don't have that star receiver.
Yeah, nah. Stephon Diggs is way too much later into his career. Booty, he's not truly a number one. Yes, you can throw the go ball to him, but 7 times out of 10, he's not catching it. The 3 other times, he'll catch it. But I don't feel like he's genuinely that. 9 times out of 10, if I throw this up to you, you're going to go get it. This is my true number one. This is when I really need to pull somebody's card to help me win the game, I'm throwing it to you. There's not really a genuine individual like that for the Patriots. Stephon Diggs is into his later years. Obviously, yes, he's finally going to a Super Bowl, and happy for him. I'm genuinely happy for him because he was in a Texan uniform the year before, so definitely happy for him. Wish he was in the Super Bowl with the Texan uniform, but that's no here, no there. But I am happy that he finally gets to be in that Super Bowl because he's been to these AFC Championship games and been short over and over again with the Bills. So I understand that part of it. I just feel like he's not the Stephon Diggs that we're used to. That's not the Stephon Diggs we know of. That he's older. You feel me? That's okay. You know, at some point in time, you're gonna get old. It's gonna get to a point where it's like you can't do it at that same level anymore. But that means you're not truly the number one. And I don't feel like there's anyone else with that level of talent on that team to be truly called a number one. How we could look over and look at the Seahawks and say, oh, JSN's number one. Oh, Cooper Kupp's number two. And then you just continue down the line. So, and then if you really wanted to take JSN out, you could still put Cooper Kupp at number one because he's been balling. So that's the thing. Like there's truly some talent over there.
Experience.
That is true. There's a bunch more experience in the Seahawks.
The Patriots, they do have a D lineman to Williams. Eagles last year won the Super Bowl with the Eagles. I think there's way more talent and experience. Like Cooper Kupp's been to a Super Bowl, know what it takes to win as on the offensive side.
And won a Triple Crown the same year.
And like he was a Super Bowl MVP. Like Cooper Kupp knows what it takes to win, and I think he'll appreciate that. The team was like, I know what it takes, and things of that nature. So, but I think it's gonna be a great defense because they had there's 2 defensive-minded coaches. Mike McDonald's very defensive-minded, Mike Vrabel defensive-minded. So I think come down the OCs, because I'm not knocking. The Patriots have a great OC. McDaniels, he was on the Patriots when Tom Brady was like. It's 2 great OCs, 2 great defensive coaches. It's going to be a great game. But I think the Seahawks are going to come out just off of the thing. Seahawks are going to get after, make him do careless things with the ball. That's what I think.
That's fair. I personally feel as though it's going to be a shootout for the Seahawks. I do feel like that defense is going to get after Drake May. So my prediction, I'm going to have to hit you with I'm going to go with 28-10. I'm going to go with 28-10. I do feel like, it's going to be more of like a lopsided defeat. Because I feel like that defense gets after it and that offense, there's no slowing that train down. It's either they're going to score. They're definitely going to score. It just depends on what they're going to score. So, got to play with that a little bit, as well as I feel as though I got the Seahawks winning, of course, with that 28-10 score. And my Super Bowl MVP is definitely, I'm going to have to go with JSN. I do feel as though, don't get me wrong, people counting out Sam Darnold and believing what they believe about Sam Darnold and whatnot, but he's going to ball. Don't get me wrong. Now, if it goes Sam Darnold, I wouldn't be shocked because it is a quarterback award. But I do believe that we will see the best performance of JSN's career. If they don't start doubling him and bracketing him, I mean, that would be smart to do that. But I believe they're gonna one-on-one with Christian Gonzalez because he's that good. Don't get me wrong, I feel like he's a really good corner, but I do believe that JSN will have his way if he's able to get that one-on-one. Now, if they start bracketing and doubling him, then obviously he won't be allowed to. And then obviously it'll be a Sam Darnold, of course. But I do believe if they allow JSN to play his game, he will fully demolish the Patriots, and I do believe he will leave that game with Super Bowl MVP. But I genuinely think that it will be a blowout by the Seahawks. I think by halftime, all the Patriots fans will be like, all right, where's the nearest food place? I'm hungry. Get this over with. Get this over with. You feel me? They gonna be over with. So, what is it? We watching the halftime show this year? You watching the halftime show, said?
Hell no.
Hell no. Why not? What's wrong with Bad Bunny?
I'm gonna keep it a stack.
Podcast.
No knock to Bad Bunny. I don't know one song by Bad Bunny.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, that's fair. Okay, that's fair. I now, do I listen to some of his songs? I listen to DTMF. Yeah, if people know what that song is, that I mean, obviously should know. That's a pretty big popular song. But I do listen to some Hispanic music. I probably won't watch the Super Bowl halftime. Probably find some eats. Only reason, like Cedric said, I probably wouldn't understand anything going on. Now, don't get me wrong. This is not a knock on Bad Bunny. I feel like he's truly been a creator of his craft and what he's been doing. He's really good at what he does, obviously with the singing, and then plus he's been getting to other stuff like being a WWE wrestler, a model, and all that stuff. So I'm gonna give him his respect and whatnot. It's just personally for me, that's not my type of music, as well as I just wouldn't understand anything. But at the end of the day, if you love him, if you enjoy his type of music, then by all means enjoy the Super Bowl halftime. That's what it's meant for the people who do enjoy that. You know, because I don't believe everybody enjoyed the Kendrick Lamar halftime show. It wasn't for everybody, but it was for the people it was for. You know, so, but you know, probably most likely just sit on that. You feel me? Last question said, where does this Super Bowl rank if it lives up to the hype? Like, where do you see this? What area of Super Bowl do you see like, oh, this is up there with Super Bowl, this and this, or this and that? You feel me? If it really truly becomes like a real good game, and we see how and it goes out how we envisioned.
Man, I think if it's a shootout and both teams go back and forth, then be one for the ages. But I think if you say if the Seahawks go out there and dominate, the Patriots, I mean, it's like you don't want no blowout in this because it's like everybody be in hosting parties for blowout.
Right.
So you don't want to see no blowout type of win. But I mean, at the same time, it's like Seahawks work hard and they do what they supposed to do.
A ring is a ring. A ring is a ring. No matter how you get it, a ring is a ring. So I mean, if you look at last year's Super Bowl, Chiefs versus Eagles, that was a blowout, but it was a great blowout because the person that we wanted to get blowed out got blowed out. So we enjoyed that one. So, but I don't think there's not really truly a team where we're looking at. Well, maybe the Patriots, because people do have hate of the Patriots because of Tom Brady, but it's a whole different team. So you can't even really give them that type of lens. But I don't know, if you have that lens, and maybe you genuinely want to see the Seahawks whoop on them. But for me, I feel like this is a whole completely different team, so you can't view them that way. So you have to be like, okay, these are just two teams going in there, fresh, blank slate, new teams, just different, not the same two teams every year, and get to see, some fun football. I just really hope everybody enjoys it. You feel me? So, Patriots versus Seahawks, y'all. This Super Bowl weekend. Let me know down in the comments, who do you have and why, and who do you think is gonna win the Super Bowl MVP? It's next Sunday. Make sure y'all have fun at y'all parties and just enjoy it. Just enjoy this Super Bowl week. And we'll see who's right. we'll see who's right, who's wrong or right. You feel me? If we were wrong about picking the Seahawks and the Patriots just do something unexpected, or if the Seahawks, of course, prove us right and they go out there and ball, you know. And I just want to take the time and say thank you to my guest, my man Cedric. Appreciate you for coming on the podcast and talking about the Super Bowl week with me, bro. I appreciate you.
All good, man. You know what I mean? I plan to be back. I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
I plan to be back for another one. I'm saying, appreciate you for having me on here.
Of course, man. And I want to appreciate everybody that's watching this video. You feel me? Taking your time to watch this video. Much love. I thank you so much, and whatnot. Just let me know down in the comments who do you have winning. What do you want to see next? What do you want me to talk about next in the East podcast? You know, just engage with me, and I will read the comments and whatnot. Please like, subscribe. You feel me? Of course, comment, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.